Brown 45! Brown 45! Hot, 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 hot!
Of commercial-free football start now.
Yo.
I will be missing 7 hours of commercial-free football because holy crap, this week sucks. We've done something. We've ruined Roger. Somebody had something that screwed up. We have the worst slate of football ever. Me and Mark saw this like 6 weeks before the football season really started. We're like, oh my God, we need to just go to bed. NFL apparently has this rule that they can flex things in different positions and move things to like Sunday night. Nope.
They do?
We're still going to get the Jets and Raiders. No, we will not get the 49ers and Jags, right? Or Detroit and Chargers? Nope. We're going to get the Jets again. Nazario, team was on a bye. You had a great week. No turnovers, no losses.
I said it on my thingy. The bye was a win. The bye was a win. The whole NFC West, the whole division scored 6 points total. I'm pretty happy. Now just fucking beat the Jags.
Mark, I think you went 2-1 last week. Overall, of okay week. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's fine. Get the eliminator. I will say this, just in the little snippet of college football thing I've learned, I think definitively I learned this week, because apparently it was a close loss to Ole Miss, is that your team cannot embarrass you if you don't watch them.
Teach that to Thomas Scully. And next up, his team, the referees, did a really good job on Sunday night.
Hold on.
Eagles, Bar, you went 3-0 for Scully, so that's plus. How are you doing? And, yeah, if you're going to talk about your game, don't talk about it now. You can talk about it after.
No. I mean, we'll see if anyone else takes the topic that I want to take. But, yeah, that was. I still think I'm medically recovering from the heart attack that I had watching the last 46 seconds of that game. So we'll see.
Dak gonna Dak. That's a fact. Okay, we're on week 10. We're right before Thursday night football, which watch us if we're still on over that game, because for some reason. See, it makes sense, right? This is not my topic, but it makes sense why the Jets were on primetime this season. They had Aaron Rodgers. They were supposed to be a good team, right? They're still arguably not terrible, not great, but
They're mid.
No one can explain to me this matchup, because the only thing that these two teams are connected on is that they traded for the number one pick. We don't even get Justin Fields. DJ Moore revenge game? Is this what we're doing? Like, it's just, this game should not be here. They were a max going to be 5-win teams. So, crazy. But I will bring up my topic first. I think I was I think I didn't give this team enough respect. And normally, as I would do this, is bring up a team and then let them die, because that's what happens on this show. Famously picked the Falcons in 2 spots and thought, Josh Dobbs wasn't going to play. Josh Dobbs did play. They taught him his cadence, and he only knew the red zone play. Draw out where the receivers were going to go. And he beat the
You muted yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know why I muted myself. Arthur Smith is a flippin'. What?
You may have to take
What?
out your headphones.
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot.
They are.
Okay, bye.
I mean, I'm just glad
Yes, Vin.
I'm not the one who did. I don't have to bring up the Falcons again.
I was
I
thinking
consider
that.
doing it again just because this is the perfect week. It's the perfect week to bring up how shit the Falcons are.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
So far, so
Yeah.
good.
Well, it sounds like somebody else is in a windstorm, but whatever. My pick. I don't think this show has brought up them enough, talked well enough about them, done anything positive on them. The Ravens are really good. The Ravens may contend in this division. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson's playing like an MVP. We all said it after the Steel. Well, we didn't all say it. Mark said it very clearly. I will give Mark his flowers. Mark said if his receivers caught the ball, they would have beat the Steelers. But not even their offense. I'm more impressed with their defense right now. That they are literally they've kept teams with under 15 in the last 3 weeks, and they're not scrubs of teams like the Seahawks, the Lions, who. They had a weird game against the Cardinals, but I think everybody has weird games against the Cardinals because you think you're going to walk in there and just play football and be able to beat them. That's not.
I mean, they had Dobbs. They don't have him anymore.
Right now it's over. Now it's definitely 100% over.
Let's say this week was their fourth game this season of having their opponent score less than 10 points.
Like us growing up, most of us, all of us, Nazar is older than us, but we're all around the same age group. The rest of us, the Ravens defense has always been a thing. Like the Ravens defense was the scariest thing in football for so long. They'd either put you to sleep or, just beat the hell out of you until you're dead. Now to have that defense back is kind of scary. Like the Seahawks and the Lions couldn't do anything against them. And it's kind of weird. We may be shaping up for a Chiefs-Ravens like defensive matchup, like AFC Championship game. Like Lamar Jackson and Mahomes will be on all that promotional material, and let me tell you, they will not be the star of that game because the defense of both those teams are terrifying at this point. Can the Ravens make the AFC Championship game or possibly Super Bowl? I think the answer might be yes. I mean, Lamar's health is going to be the biggest question mark. We all know that. If Lamar gets injured, they're not going to do very well. But their offensive weapons, their defense, I think they could. They're at least the second or first. I think they're the top team in the AFC currently. That's just my opinion. With their last.
Do you pick these things out of a hat every week? Like this week?
No,
fucking Ravens.
I can pinpoint it. The Chiefs have not looked like their defense is really good, but they have not looked offensively great. They have the Ravens. I think Burrow is stepping up, and Burrow's getting closer to that mark, and I can give that, but I can't give the Bills and I can't give Miami. So. At that point in time, the last 4 weeks, if I just went off the last 4 weeks and not the whole season and who they are, I think the Ravens are the best AFC team in the league, and I don't think it's close because of who they had to play. Like the Chiefs went into Denver and got stomped. The Chiefs went into London.
Divisional games do that sometimes.
Yeah, but they went into Germany, scored 21, and then didn't move the ball like past half.
They were sleepy.
The opposite. They fell asleep at halftime. They didn't fall asleep at the start. They went 70 yards. So, I think the Ravens, if healthy, if Lamar stays healthy, could contend for the Super Bowl this year. And again, what would be shocking? I say something stupid on the show and the opposite happens and 6 people get injured tomorrow. Who cares? I know I'm wrong. But the resume is in front of me. I'm dooming another team. The Ravens is it. Tell me if I'm wrong or right.
How many wins did they have last year? 12? something like that.
No, it was
I
less.
think
than
they were
that.
like 9. I mean, Lamar was
No,
out like
they
half
were
the
they were
season.
double digits. They were double
No,
digits.
Lamar was out injured, so I don't know if they were double digits. I
It
don't
was
think
like
they
10
10
They were,
as
it
well.
was
There's no
10
way they had more
minimum.
than 10. No way they have
No,
more than 10.
because
I'm going to
what
look it
was
up right
Who
now.
was the backup quarterback?
Huntley.
Tyler Huntley, yeah.
Didn't he make the Pro Bowl last year?
He did, but that's
'Cause
because
no one
everyone
else-
else was like, nah.
There's
No one
nobody
else
else.
wanted to play, but he was there.
10-7. 10-7.
Yeah.
Okay. So they won 10-7. They went to the playoff.
Right.
Nobody was scared of that team. This is the
Because they had
kind of
fucking
shit.
Tyler Huntley as their quarterback. Like, what
This
are you
is the
talking
kind
about?
of shit they do. Yes,
They didn't have
They didn't
Lamar.
have Lamar. Cool.
Or
They-
Smith.
They have it now.
Or
For
receivers.
now. They have. Yeah, they have fucking Odell Beckham too. Wow. Okay.
They didn't have a running back.
He's the third
Did-
option.
Gus Edwards was out like, as well.
Yes. My point is,
Hold on.
they
I
won
love
7
Nazario's,
games
like,
and nobody gives a shit.
hold on. I love Nazario's counterpoint is, yes, they have receiver. And yes, they got a running back. And yes, Lamar is back. And yes, their defense is better. That doesn't mean anything. They were 10-7 last year.
No.
Last
It
year.
won't mean anything. It won't mean anything in the end. They will make the playoffs and they will look fucking good doing it. And then they will be out round 2. Because come January, when shit counts for real, they're not beating the Chiefs. They're not beating the Bengals. They might beat the Bills. But
They already beat the Bengals.
They could whip the Bills' ass.
January, it's different.
You act like Baltimore is not in the heart of winter in January. They're not. I don't know. I know you're not familiar with the United States, but it ain't California, buddy. It's going to be snowing.
I'm not talking about fucking
This
snow.
division.
I'm talking
This
about fucking the thing that drives people to be great. They don't have it. And when,
That
and when,
drives people to be great.
when push comes to shove, they will buckle.
You realize
Against
the
bigger
Ravens have
teams.
more Super Bowl rings than the 49ers in the 2000s.
They have one.
They have 2.
Where's the other one? Oh, right, 2000. Forgot.
And they won
2000
one with Trent Dilfer and Joe Flacco. Thank you.
When they did the one with Dilfer, they had
They also beat your asses in there.
barely.
Turn off the
We
power.
had-
You're gonna blame the power
And we
outage
had-
on your loss?
No.
They had
The
to
power
turn the
outage.
on to help
The
them.
power outage game was a comeback. But we had fucking Dick throwing passes and he fucking missed Crabtree when he was fucking open in the end. This should have been a fucking W. But I'm just saying, the fucking Ravens, they're gonna buckle and die. I'm telling you.
I mean, listen, there's no. I think you look at just kind of, if we're just kind of looking at where everybody sits, like in the NFL, and you're looking at the teams that you feel like you can trust. The Baltimore Ravens are probably like one of the most trustworthy teams in the NFL right now. You just know what you're gonna get out of them, and frankly, like they're playing really good. And like, especially like against like 2 potential playoff teams, like at least of the last 4 weeks, the 2 teams that they played that were playoff teams, they scored 9 combined points. Like they slapped the Lions, and then they embarrassed the Seahawks. Like it's just right now they're rolling and they're playing their best football. And yeah, we're going into mid-November. I mean, the AFC is so loaded, like anything could happen. But I mean. They still got to play Cincinnati again, but Cincinnati's going to have to play them in Baltimore, and the way the season's going, they're probably if they play Cincinnati again, they're going to be playing in Baltimore again because they're probably going to have home field over Cincinnati. So I mean, the Ravens I think have played themselves into a good situation. And they just look really sound. And I think kind of the most impressive thing is, at least for a number of their wins, it's honestly not because Lamar is playing all that great. It's just because like the team overall is playing very good football. Like the Ravens right now are probably the most complete team in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily have them as my number 1 in the AFC right now, but they are definitely in contention for it. the wild thing is that Lamar isn't even running that much. Like, that's another weapon that hasn't necessarily been utilized as much as it has in the past. So we know that that's in the reserve tank. Zay Flowers and like the rest of that wide receiver core have to do a little bit better when it comes to catching balls consistently. Like Nelson Aguilar is famous for, dropping so many balls. I don't trust him catching a child falling out of a burning house. But if they can be consistent, that team, their entire offense is incredibly strong right now. Like, Keaton Mitchell and Gus Edwards showed a really strong game against the Seahawks.
Round 2 of the playoffs.
Okay. We'll talk about another prediction you made later.
Possibly have to play Cincinnati. They're playing them in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So Baltimore's going to have the advantage in that game probably.
But that
going to the
defense,
bank. Big trust.
yeah. No, you can't go to the bank and be comfortable.
They'll bring Mark Ingram back. They'll bring Ray Lewis out. They'll do all that stuff and be like, big trust.
Ed Reed.
They'll bring them all. Terrell Suggs will be on the sideline. They will all have everybody there.
Will Ray Rice be there?
With a strong right. Your pick.
Okay. I mean, it was a bye week for the 49ers, so I was half paying attention.
There is no way you're going to bring up the 49ers.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I was half paying attention to the week, but I turned on the fucking TV and fucking Aaron Rodgers is telling people he's coming back in 6 weeks. What the fuck, Rodgers? Like, are you fucking I'm thinking he faked that Achilles. Like,
bro.
He
realized
he was playing for the Jets and he was like, fuck this. So he's out. And now he's like, well, they don't suck as much. Maybe I can break this thing. It has to be something like that. There's no way that man actually ruptured his Achilles and he's ready to come back in 6 fucking weeks.
You think that plucked string that was his leg, it was a fake? You think that he just manifested that shit?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying
I think he stole a homeless man's Achilles.
Maybe he had like an experimental surgery. Look, what I'm saying
It's called the speed bridge, whatever that's called.
I don't know what it is. What I'm saying is this is not real. This is not normal. Like, this cannot happen. Like, there are people who had Achilles issues last year that still are having come back. And this man who had it like what was it, 2 months ago? He's like walking around throwing fucking passes, hugging people, and be like, yeah, I'll be here in like Christmas. The fuck?
He did a drop back. It may have been not in cleats, but he did a drop back. And I was just like, so here's the thing. That was one of the saddest Monday night games I've seen in a real long time. I watched Joey Bosa have a defender on him, grab Zach Wilson from the top and the bottom of his jersey, and just fall backwards and watch Zach Wilson look like he was screaming as he was going to the ground. This isn't even the biggest one. Rodgers being the thing. The head coach looks like one of the most miserable people on the planet. Having to defend Zach Wilson. Wicked. That's our guy. That's my quarterback. There, announcer, a reporter said, "You know, you have Trevor Siemian on the roster. What will it hurt to try somebody different?" And he paused and had this like brain melting moment. It was like, I don't know. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen a quarterback get this big of a leash? Like, say what you want about Carson Wentz. I 100% agree. I do not think he's a great quarterback. But the man at least he didn't throw away the playoffs, but he almost helped the Indianapolis Colts get to the postseason. He
technically has a ring.
Look miserable getting that ring too. But he has one. my thought process is, what would it hurt to go get him and cut Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson may not be, this may be a long stretch, may not be top 40 quarterback in the NFL. Yes, I'm counting backups. It's not, he doesn't throw picks because he doesn't throw the ball. He just holds and holds. And then when he does throw, his receivers look like they're a part of Cirque du Soleil. They have to leap and do flips and do something to try to even get close to the ball. He threw one to Lazard on Monday. Lazard could have been in the hospital for the rest of his life. He threw it in between two defenders that were coming together like a compactor. And he was just like, my bad. You fucking think it's your bad? When I break on the route, you throw it, not in the middle of the collision. He's there. Rodgers will be back, but I don't know if the Jets can survive if they keep letting Zach Wilson throw the ball.
This man was the number 2 pick.
I still don't understand how you see a quarterback from BYU and say, "Yep." He never looked like a quarter. They didn't play anybody.
I have nightmares where he doesn't get picked by the Jets and he lands in the 49ers. I mean, it would have been worse than the Trey Lance fiasco.
But Cody, did you not see that one throw that he made during that combine? Like, how couldn't you pick him?
I also saw Will Levis sit on his knees and throw it and put mayonnaise in his coffee. I don't care what you do in the combine. I care when you actually play against defenders. The combine is the dumbest thing that we can ever judge a quarterback on, because you know what? Oh, here's a tough matchup. Let me watch you in the pocket. Like, against actual human. I believe you can throw a football and you play D1. Can you throw it in a game?
Did you guys watch the quarterback competition?
He's not wearing
pads. Did you watch the quarterback? Did you watch the quarterback competition last season?
Yes.
Where Derek Carr came and like fucking schooled everybody in a fucking exhibition shooting thing, and the reporter goes like, "Whoa, the Raiders are gonna miss you," and he's like, "Yeah, they didn't know what they had or whatever," and then he fucking sucks.
Like, it's the dumbest thing that the combine ever does, that you literally put knee pads on. You don't wear any of the football gear whatsoever. Let's see how fast you are. I don't care how fast you are without a helmet. I need you with the helmet. You're going to play football. Like, man, if we could just do flag football, my wide receiver would be quite fast.
Well, do that in the Olympics now.
Mark, is he coming back?
What's that?
He's there.
Oh,
he's there. Yeah, he's alive.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers? Maybe 3 weeks. You know, he'll be back after Thanksgiving, I think.
Fuck.
I mean, I guess I just I don't like. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Probably wouldn't be any worse, but it's just like, I feel like you're doing a couple. Like, I mean, you're fully giving up on Zach Wilson at that point. You're just like, okay, we think we're better off with Trevor fucking Siemian. Like, I don't know how you come back from that. You might as well just kick him off the team. Like, you should cut him. Like, if you just start Trevor Siemian, like, there's no way like that relationship's ever coming back.
But I'm sure the Cowboys will give you a 4th rounder or something.
I mean, why not? Then they can go after Justin Fields and just complete the 2022 rookie quarterback collection. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess I hear all this. Like, I feel like of all the names people brought up of like, will the Jets be better off? Like Jacoby Brissett, probably. You know, like whatever. Like, I mean, it just feels like it just feels like if you're gonna lose, you might as well at least have some faith, like in the guy that you have, just because like you don't have any fucking better options. And if you just decide like, oh, let's start Trevor, fucking Trevor Siemian is not going to be your future. He's probably not even going to be on the fucking team next year. And you still don't really know like what you have in Zach Wilson. I mean, the plan was Zach Wilson, hey, learn from Aaron Rodgers, and like that could probably be something.
Wait, though. You don't know what you have with Zach. Was that a phrase that you just used? I'll tell you, we sure fucking know exactly what we have with Zach Wilson.
You have a bag of shit.
He's worried about MILFs more than football. He has no shot. You're telling me hold on,
Got his
Mark.
priorities.
Hold on. You have an incredible offense, like good offensive players, good thing, a great defense, and I'm giving you a pick in the draft. I'm giving you a person to pick: Jacoby Brissett, Zach Wilson. Who are you putting under center?
Okay, again, he's like the one guy people bring up who's like, you're probably better off Jacoby because we've like at least seen him win.
I'll give you 75 more. AJ McCarron, I would take. Trevor Siemian, I would try.
McCarron and Trevor fucking Siemian. A guy who got to throw the ball 50 times and didn't go over 300 yards. Are you kidding me right now? What are you talking about here?
Mark, at least he throws the ball. At least he throws the ball.
So
why didn't they go for Dobbs?
That's a good question.
Wasn't picking up the phone, I guess.
Two quick thoughts. To answer Cody's question from earlier, have I ever seen a quarterback get a longer leash? Yes, I have, and his name was Mark Sanchez. Dude threw an interception every fucking game that he played, and the Philadelphia Eagles were like, "He's our guy." Like,
no, that's an absolute incorrect statement. That's not a long leash. He took 2 teams to 2 AFC Championship games. That's not a leash. He's shown that he can do it.
Did he take those teams to there, or did the teams take him?
You have to at least play quarterback at some level to be successful. I'm not saying he was a great quarterback, but that's what built up a reputation to give him that.
Tim Tebow got a full season.
Tim Tebow won a playoff game.
Did he win that playoff game?
Or did the team win that playoff game?
No, or did the Steelers just fucking forgot how to fucking defend?
It was a beautiful slant.
They don't know. They didn't see a slant coming.
I love how he fucking threw though.
Second thought about Rodgers. Don't forget, Cam Akers came back after 5 months last year. So who's to say that Aaron Rodgers can't come back quicker than that?
Yeah, but maybe it wasn't as bad. The rip looked terrible. I'm going to be real honest with you.
It did.
He stood up and went right back down and said, my leg doesn't move. Okay.
Hey, by the way, speaking of weird injuries, Danny Dimes, did he fucking twist his knee in the first quarter and play the rest of the game?
No, he tore his ACL and sat out. He was out.
Oh,
Tommy DeVito.
Because I saw like he kept playing like a couple of snaps and then he was like fucking fumbling around like he couldn't stand.
No,
I was like,
it was funny in the moment when he tripped an ankle. I was watching like a watch along with NFL Sunday, and they're like, "Did he just trip?" Yeah, I'd act like I was injured too after tripping over myself. Like, yeah, I'd go sit in the and yeah, tore his ACL.
We'll talk about this.
His last play is a. Okay, Mark, your topic.
Okay. This is going to be at least a bit of a wider topic. So, kind of want to hear.
You talk about the Falcons, I swear.
I mean, I thought you were going to for a little bit when you brought up the Vikings. I'm like, oh, great. Like, it would get. It's my favorite thing to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. Just kind of want, even though not like the best game, but watched a decent amount of that Steelers Titans game, and you know what? I don't know. I think I had money on it. Had the 8-leg parlay on it, and like thought I was gonna make some money. That was stupid.
Got to see how the mailman does in the second game.
But I feel like we've made much ado about this Will Levis kid. I mean, we were just talking about Zach Wilson. Everybody thought like Will Levis shooting up in the pole. Zach Wilson all over again. This guy hasn't done anything. 2 games. He looks good. I mean, he at least looks like an actual future quarterback for the Titans, and he did that without an O-line, taking shots from that entire Pittsburgh D line. Like it at least feels like they have possibly an answer to quarterback. Now I know I brought up Will Levis, but I feel like this at least rookie quarterback class has at least been kind of interesting. And if anybody else wants to talk about another rookie quarterback, because I think they're they're up for discussion. I think at least Will Levis is probably one of the more interesting ones to me because I feel like he feels like an answer for that team, and at least Titans have a bit of a future. If they have way more of a future if AJ Brown was still there, but what not our decision. So, guys, Will Levis, rookie quarterbacks, yeah, right there.
I will say again, this is way too early to say anything positive or negative of the situation. But I was totally wrong on Levis because I watched him in Kentucky and I was like, this dude sucks. He didn't pass over 300 yards. He never threw over 300 yards in a game. And they played bad teams. He had a strong arm. I didn't care about that. But there are two in this class that I'm 100% wrong with. I watched CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud was fine. CJ Stroud was one of the most blessed quarterbacks of all time. He literally played with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Njigba. There's one more. Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr. The dude just had the field day of wide receivers. So how is he going to translate? He's taken Tank Dell and Nico Collins to.
Don't forget Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz, which the Cowboys were so stupid to get rid of because he was so good.
Yeah, they were.
He is just, and the thing that surprised me about him, one, it's really refreshing that Will Levis just throws it downfield. So many quarterbacks. This is not this wasn't my topic, but I almost brought it up. Freaking Justin Herbert gets so much credit for being the check down master. All he does is throw. He threw to his running backs and the turnarounds every play of that game. And every other deep shot was hard to do. But the crazy thing is, CJ Stroud, 14 touchdowns, 1 interceptions from a rookie quarterback with a bad offensive line and not a real run game is insanity. And Will Levis, I think, will be fine. I think he's going to do things. I don't know if he's a higher, I think he's like a Kirk Cousins. I think that's where his level is. I don't know if he's going to be elite. CJ Stroud got the ball with 40 seconds and threw 5 chunk plays down the field on him and Tank Dell. That one reception was arguably one of the best catches throws in the NFL this season. Todd Bowles should resign from his job tomorrow for taking a timeout to not do the runoff, and they scored in 4 seconds, and he gave him enough time to go down and chuck down. I honestly think the Panthers have to be fucking mad as shit that they traded up, gave up draft capital where they would also get another first rounder this year, and gave it to the Bears and got Bryce Young. And CJ Stroud was clearly the option, clearly the choice.
Not only that is it's very possible that he's of the 4 main rookie quarterbacks, he might be the worst one, and they may have been better off taking any of the other 3.
What's the other one I'm missing?
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Oh, that's RG3 2.0. That dude can't get down and can't save himself. He's going to die every time he plays. He'll be out in the league in 2 years and still doing a podcast that says I could have been great.
I know who the greatest is. Not because he has any fucking talent, but he has a look. Tyson Bagent.
Oh my God.
That guy.
I thought Scully
You
wasn't
see-
here.
Hey,
You see that guy?
we get to
see that
watch
guy?
him tonight. We get to watch him
See
tonight.
that guy on the street, and you think, wow, that guy must be a great tattoo artist. But no,
He
he's
should have
a
been a history
quarterback.
teacher.
He's a quarterback in the NFL. He starts for the Bears.
I love
For
that
now.
we talked about Bryce Young, all these players, and he's bringing up.
Hey, you said rookie quarterbacks. That's a fucking rookie quarterback.
I mean,
You know
nobody
what?
would
You're
know.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
Nobody would know it looking at the guy. And the funny thing is when Justin Fields went down, everybody was like, look at this guy. He looks so interesting. What's the story here? Tyson Bagent. Maybe. No.
Greatest Division II quarterback of all time.
No. The guy, I don't know what the fuck the Bears were thinking. I wouldn't even fucking start him right now. That guy's just.
I think I don't know what the hell is going on with the Bears quarterback situation. Eberflus sounds like he doesn't know who the fuck to play when it comes to the quarterback right
sounds
now.
like every head coach that's ever coached the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, but he's the one who's like the most vocal about not knowing what the fuck to do.
Well, apparently Fields is still injured, so they're gonna have to keep going.
Who else is in that roster?
And
They
I
should
don't
have traded
know.
for Trevor Siemian.
Who else is on the roster after Bajan?
I love the IRL. Did he go to Texas Tech? Is that why you don't like him? Because he messed up your team or something?
I don't know. Who cares? Fucking drafted by John Elway. Let's tell you all you need to know about Trevor Siemian.
That's so true. Bar, you got anything on rookies, or you want to talk about your topic?
No, not really. I think we've covered everything that I would have said. So I just
Good
need to sit my
discussion.
tires.
What do you want to talk about?
I got called an idiot last time I was on this show for saying that the Raiders would win and score 30 points. Boy, does Josh McDaniels look like the biggest fucking misfire since Urban Meyer. Like, the way that this team celebrated after beating the fucking Giants. Everyone's smoking stogies, and they just seem like the
literally just
happiest.
walked out of a cancer hospital ringing the bell. They were cancer free. They were so excited.
The video that Max Crosby is shooting with Mark fucking Davis going, "This is my guy."
At least no one picked the Giants to win on Sunday. Like, at least no one on this podcast picked the Giants and worth double points. No one would have done that.
On my defense, I assume the Raiders would still be the Raiders, but for one night, I guess they were.
But the Raiders are a team without Josh McDaniels now. They should be at least competent with the people that they have on that team. Hunter Renfrow seems like the happiest man on earth now.
I get the ball. Remember they used to use me and I was a great slot receiver? They found me again. I was hiding in the bleachers.
I don't know what he's complaining about. He had like the best setup ever. They paid him more money, and then they used him less. Like he got paid to go into work and not do anything. Like that was his life.
Josh McDaniels looked at him and went, "Wait, you're not Wes Welker." Sit the fuck down.
Pierce almost lost everybody when he said, "I'm a football guy. I'm going to touch these guys. They're going to touch me. We're going to get in this." Like, he was real weird with that. But then he went to Hunter Renfrow, and then Hunter Renfrow went to the quarterback and was like, "Master has given me a sock. Dobby is to me again."
So I don't know if the Raiders are going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be a team that's
What?
no. I think they're going to be in the hunt section for the rest of the year now that McDaniels is gone.
Don't you just give me a fucking horn. Listen, they beat the Giants. They should be happy. They're not winning a playoff game.
Yeah, no, they're not making the playoffs, but they're going to be in the hunt section for like the entire rest of the year now.
I mean, I don't know.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know their schedule. But
I mean,
know
they're gonna.
don't they have to
They
play
have
the
to play
Chiefs?
the Jets now.
They have to play the Chiefs twice.
I thought they already played the Chiefs once.
I think they may have already played the Chiefs. I don't.
Okay, well, they at least have to play the Chiefs one more time.
Right.
I don't think the Chiefs and Raiders have played.
Well, all right, let me look up the
This is
Raiders
a
schedule
summer
right
game.
now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Anybody on the Raiders, like, they're not winning a playoff game, but I think they're in the
No.
Chiefs twice. Played them twice.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't see that matchup yet.
And the Dolphins. And
Yeah.
the Vikings.
Who
Okay.
have the Dolphins actually beat though?
I mean, they're a losing team right now, so
They beat bad teams, and the Raiders are a bad team.
They'll beat the Jets. I say that they beat the Dolphins.
Hold on. We have picks coming up. You can talk about that in a little bit. Okay, I want you to maximize those points, buddy.
They have the Chargers, They have the Chargers, Colts, and Broncos later on.
We haven't got my favorite matchup ever. Is Crosby versus Mahomes twice. Those are because those two hate each other. Then the quarterback, the Netflix thing, Crosby hit him or whatever and pushed him. He goes, listen, man, like I understand you gotta believe, don't touch me. And then at the end, he threw a touchdown pick. I goes, I am that motherfucker. I am. Mahomes screaming at Crosby. It's a great rivalry. They hate each other. Next up, Scully's not the biggest idiot on the show. He has disappeared for 3 years. There is somebody that's part of the show that's not here tonight, but he is the biggest moron on the face of the planet. I didn't think he could top what he did last week as the power rankings.
Oh,
He did it. He did it. I don't know how, but he did it. And no, the Vikings are not one. I will spoil that right now. But
Why?
somebody help this make sense.
Boom.
The Vikings
How
moved down.
so Miami was one. They
Wait.
dropped to 5, but the 49ers that have lost 3 in a row and were on a bye, and the Eagles beat the Cowboys. The Eagles are not ones.
I'll be honest. I'm the guy with the
You
Niners
can't
hat.
explain to me why the Ravens are not higher than the Dolphins
That's-
or the Jags.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm the guy wearing the 49ers
Or the
hat,
Bengals.
and I expected the Chiefs, the Eagles, and even the fucking Ravens, maybe even the Bengals, to be above the 49ers. This is some weird shit.
I mean,
How are the Giants above the Raiders right now?
Oh God.
that Tommy DeVito, he says he bases this on what their team looks like going forward. Tommy DeVito is their quarterback. He can't
I'm
pass
sorry.
it more than 3 yards.
Right now, if that's the case, the Giants need to be dead last.
I mean, don't be crazy. The Packers are there.
I'm sorry. I get it. I've been the hype train for the Lions this entire season. But you cannot tell me the first place Lions are not better than the Vikings currently. You just
No.
can't make that sense.
Wait, didn't the fucking Packers just win this week?
They did. They beat the Rams
They beat the Rams, who are 23.
Rams
like
Sorry.
20-3.
Hey, do you guys remember when he was on the show and he said the Rams? The Rams. The Rams.
I mean, they were, I think, a top 10 team like 3 weeks ago.
They were. They were.
That
They
is true.
were. I think they were at 6 at one point.
They're just quietly dropping down the rankings farther and farther. It's so fun.
Wait, I love that the Steelers are number 22.
Next week, we will do our live power ranking of ours where we see everybody going to compare. We'll do have that updated stuff. Can we also say that Sam Howell being second in passing right now is kind of crazy? Do we all agree? Like
Isn't it
Sam
great?
Howell's now it's the Eagles' fault. They made him look like Dan Marino twice.
It's great. It's great.
I mean,
It's just
half
great.
of the yards like came against the Eagles, and
Right.
Isn't it great we can help other people out like this? We're such a giving team.
Well, you won both. Calm down. I don't think. Does anybody have something from this past Sunday that you just hate to watch, or hate to see, or something that drove you nuts watching it?
Well, it wasn't this week, but it was the week prior. The one thing I'm tired of fucking hearing about is Scorigami. I don't fucking care that this
There was
score
another
is-
Scorigami.
There was this week.
Yeah, Texans. It's the 10th. It's the 1080th Scorigami.
Oh,
I have
cool.
no
I
idea
don't-
what that is.
It's when a score in the NFL has never been reached before, like has never happened in any football game ever, and it happens. It's called a Scorigami.
Eh,
I don't fucking
It's
care.
something that nerds get really just
Like
Ooh,
3-2
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, even though I think that may have
like
happened
39 to 37 has never been a score in the NFL. It happened this past Sunday.
And then
know-
everyone
you know
starts
what the
freaking out.
lowest
Oh,
score-
Scorigami! And I'm like, I don't fuck like.
You know what the lowest score in the NFL game has ever been?
2 to
Probably
0?
3-0.
3-0.
Really? There's never been a 2-0? That's great. Okay, so we are getting into something Mark brought it up, and it has now just fired me up beyond belief. We've already talked about it, so there's no reason to get into a huge hash. But I can't stand the rules officials anymore. It is getting worse and worse, where they just bring somebody on to tell me why this is not a rule or why this isn't challengeable. Hold on, everybody. We got Mike Pereira here. Mike Pereira, tell us why we're not seeing what we're seeing. Hey, Joe, you've been an NFL player for you've watched this game for 12 years. Why don't you tell me why this isn't a thing? Or what are you seeing, Mike? No, what are you seeing, Joe? Joe, what did you just watch? Because then Mike's going to come in and goes, yeah, man, it looks like it wouldn't be a roughing the passer with me, but it's probably a roughing the passer now. Shut up. I can't stand these referees that were terrible probably once before. They probably ruined some games in the past. Now they're going to tell me why, both feet didn't get in bounds. That's why it's not a catch. Dude, I watched that 7 times in 7 different directions. You flipping idiot.
Wait a second.
And
the replay shows that there's only 9 toes on the field.
And then they reverse it. They're like, it's pretty clear by me. And then they come back and be like, it is a catch. I'm like, how's that a catch? In college, it happened. The ball, they caught it, and it spiked the ground. It moved. It hit the ground, and they're like, touchdown. I'm like, no. In NFL, they've told us for years, if the ball moves, it's not. No, well, this time they're going to reverse it. I'm going to kill myself.
Everybody's favorite game. What is a catch?
So, we're going to get to the picks. This is going to be a bloodbath.
God.
I don't think anybody's looking forward to picking these games. Watching these games. Watch college this week. Way better games this week. Just watch that.
So, before we get into the picks, we got the updated standings. Fucking yikes.
I'm moving on up. I'm catching up. Go.
I think it's pretty clear that it's going to be a rough second half of the season for me.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. I can't wait to watch these desperate Hail Marys that you throw to try to catch.
We're going to get 3 2s this week.
Scully's getting on your ass, Mark, though, so shut the fuck up.
Mark didn't say
he was 2 games behind you a couple weeks ago. Now he's like 5.
Because you gave him the Vikings in Green Bay. And he went 1-3 that week. It was a rough deal for him. So, like always, Scully. Basically, we are going to almost call this the 4th chair on this show because I think Bar and Coho are coming close to Scully's all-time record of how many times he's been here. Just to let everybody know, Scully wanted to be here last night. Nazario couldn't be here. Nazario chose to do this tonight and say, "Fuck off, Scully." Want that on the record.
Hey guys, I can finally come back. Sit down, motherfucker.
Nazario is going to get the first pick, then followed by me, then Scully, then Mark, and then we're going to go back through Snake. Eliminator, I'm eliminated again.
Oh yeah. Wait. I have the graphic.
I had a meltdown. I called it on the show. I 100% called it on the show that Josh Dobbs was going to play. Josh Dobbs played. Josh Dobbs won. The Falcons, Arthur Smith is in my graveyard. I will never pick, vote, cheer on. No, I wish ill will on him, and I hope Christmas comes and he loses electricity in his house. He is the devil. DJ Robinson does better when he doesn't get the ball. I'm going to kill myself. Okay, I won't tell the record.
Algiers got that hand.
Nazario, okay, everybody want to say it together? 3, 2, 1. We're going to just pick his game for him because they're back on this week. They're not a bye. He has to pick them. So what do we do?
Fuck you. I'm not going to do that.
He should.
What I'm going to do.
He shouldn't, but it would be funny if he did.
What I'm going to do is
that game, Mark.
What I'm going to do is pick the game that I'm 99% sure is going to go one way before anybody else gets it because I have to lock a fucking pick that is for sure because I don't want to do another week like this week. So I'm picking the Bengals over the Texans. And I'm
I
going to
think
give
that's
it.
a lot. Okay.
That's my luck. I'm going to give it
Holy
24
shit.
to 14.
24-14. I gotta find my.
I like 2 touchdowns, all right.
Where's my?
No. 3 field goals and a safety.
3 field goals. That makes sense.
Where's my?
No touchdowns for CJ Stroud this week. That's tough.
Hold on, sorry. I had to find his stats. Okay. Nazario's picking the Bengals, which okay. Not what I want to pick today. This is my lock. I have never been more confident in this game. If they don't win, well, it would make me happy, honestly. It would make me happy to be involved with the The Dallas Cowboys are going to murder Tommy DeVito live on the field. And guess what? This is opposite. Even if they have a backup, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. This defense, I think they are going to come out and bludgeon this team. I think it's going to be a 40-0. I don't think they're going to score.
That's why Scully isn't here, because he's the 4th-string quarterback for the New York Giants, right? He's getting some practice time. Yeah.
Right. Did you say 24-14? Just to make sure, Rosario.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted you to not pick that game so bad because I think it's clear. Scully, also known as Barr.
You picked the one game that I was like, of course someone's going to pick this before me because it's the only true lock of this week.
It's the luckiest lock of all time.
Wait, did you say the score?
I said 40-0. I don't think they score.
Again.
40-0.
Yeah,
same
Tommy
score as
DeVito
the first
can't pass.
game.
They scored 6 points against the Raiders. This Michael Parsons may carry Tommy's head to the locker room.
He's gonna have it on a spike as he walks through.
And it's in Jerry World. Like there's going to be blood on the star.
They're already pissed off about the last week. They're
Michael Parsons just grabs Tommy DeVito and rips him in half on the star just to make a blood sack. Plus, they're pissed about losing to the Eagles. They are going to be the most angry team possible.
Oh yeah. All right. So I think the closest.
Did Scully tell you anything you can't do?
No, he didn't this week.
Okay.
I think the closest thing to a sure thing that's left is the Lions beating the Chargers. The Chargers may be 4-4, but they are a fraudulent 4-4. I'm gonna say that the Lions win this 25 to, let's say 25 to 15.
15. 5 field goals.
That's such a weird score. That's such a
14.
weird score.
25-14.
25 is not even football math. It doesn't add. You have to have a safety in there. I'm just saying.
No, they scored 3 touchdowns, 2-point conversion, kick the field goal. There we go. We got you.
2 2-point conversions and a safety.
All right, Mark. I would love to hear your famous line right now, where you're like, "Well, if this is here."
I mean, I know why it's here, just because, we don't know who's going to show up. But, they're playing the fucking Broncos at home. Yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills. Why not? They shouldn't lose that game. If they do,
yikes.
I know what we're talking about. First topic, 100%. Like, there's no way it's anything else.
If they lose to the Broncos in Buffalo, Sean McDormand's been fired, and we're talking about it.
The Broncos would have beaten the Chiefs and the Bills at that moment. So
What's the score?
will be they going to the playoffs?
It's iffy at this point. Well, let's say 27-13, I guess. I don't know.
You love scores. All right, what's your second one?
Well, I think this one's pretty simple. One of these teams is playing surprisingly good, and they're at home. And this other team, just all their fans just hate their fucking life, and the entirety of the NFL fan base loves that they hate their fucking life. So taking the Steelers at home to beat the Packers, be one ugly motherfucking game. Like nobody's gonna want to see that shit. Be like I don't know, like 15-10, I guess. Whatever it is, bet the under.
We're getting
Like
another
it's gonna
15.
hit.
We're gonna get double 15s in a week. Yeah, that was my pick. After this, I was gonna pick that game. 2 games will not be picked. Bar, what's your next one?
Man,
I'm gonna pick a team to win 7-1.
you know what? Oh God, do I really want to do that?
I mean, you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, I know. All right, you know what? I'm going to say that. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say that the Buccaneers beat the Titans. I think it's going to be relatively close, but Baker Mayfield has been a surprisingly good quarterback this year. And so I'm going to say that this game is going to be 27-20.
I was gonna say he's gonna have him winning 7-1. Don't ask about the math.
Kicked the field goal and got a reverse safety.
Yeah. They returned a kick. Okay. My first one was very easy. My second one will be a little bit more interesting. I am going to pick the Ravens over the Browns.
Yeah.
I think it's divisional. I think the Browns could upset the Ravens, honestly. This could be their letdown spot because they don't play well against divisional players. But if they're going to show up, it's going to be this game. I think it's not going to be as high scoring as normal. I think it's going to be like 17-14. I think it's going to be kind of a defensive field goal kind of game. But again, I trust Justin Tucker at home with the game on the line to seal the deal. So, yeah, Ravens. Nazar, you get back to back. You're going to go double. You're going to take somebody against somebody that you just didn't like?
I'm thinking. I can't believe this game is still here. Nobody has picked it. I'm taking the Seahawks over the Commanders.
Well, I didn't pick that one. That was my next pick, but I didn't pick it because I knew you hated the Seabirds, so I didn't think you were going to pick them.
Yeah, but the Commanders fucking suck.
I don't disagree.
And I'm going to say this is a shitty game, so it's 13 to, what is a weird number? 6. Yeah, that's fine. 13
What's
to 6.
the score?
Classic 12-10.
13 to 6 this time.
Yeah,
Two touchdowns and they missed the PAT.
Okay. And what's your next one?
I'm tired. Okay.
And I kind of want to have a quick turnaround on this result. So I'm going to... What fucking game is starting? Panthers and Bears. Yeah, I'm picking that shit. Let's pick fucking Tyson Bagent and his fucking tattoos to win this game 9-6.
Your love of Tyson Bagent is.
It is locked before the game started. My pick. Oh, you picked the one game I wanted. Another team is in the graveyard. I will not touch them. I don't know what the hell's going to happen there. There's only 2 real options.
Any good
I'm
option?
going to go with the Colts.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Colts over the Patriots. There was a close other one, but I do not trust. Never mind. I'm changing that. They're in my graveyard, but literally they didn't get hardly a first down last week. They don't have a quarterback that can even play. They fucked me last week. They're probably gonna fuck me again, but I'm picking the Falcons. I just have to because the Cardinals don't have a quarterback. They literally don't. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be 20-17. I don't love picking the Falcons, but if they lose this week,
They're gonna get 17 points with no quarterback.
Connors is gonna run 2 in.
Weird. I'm seeing Tom Brady is now the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. So.
It would happen. It would 100% happen. Scully, Bar, what's your last pick? Hey, you running where your mouth is. Go ahead, buddy. Do it.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna pick the Raiders to beat the Jets. I think this is gonna be an ugly game, though. But once again, like last week, it's that D line versus that O line, and once again, Max Crosby is just gonna, put Zach Wilson into a wood chipper.
I shared a video of a dog screaming. And that was with Zach Wilson when Joey Bosa crossed the line of scrimmage. I think it could be very similar.
I think Zach Wilson loses his voice for eternity. I'm gonna say this is a 12.
Is it a bar burner?
12-9.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams still angry, but they're smoking cigars. All right, Mark, what's gonna be your pick?
I got this one higher ranked, but I just don't want to be a part of this game. It's just gonna be so stupid. I feel bad for the people in Europe for that. But
it could be a game that the Patriots beat them. Like, it just sounds bad.
Yeah, we'll go the other way because he looks like this franchise's next Brett Favre. So we're gonna take the Vikings over the Saints. And probably ain't gonna be that good either. This feels like an 18-15 game.
God. All right. Now up for the eliminator.
I'll be honest. I'm a little disappointed. I expected at some point somebody would pick the Jags, and I was gonna flip that, but nobody did. So,
no Toho isn't here. So
that game is too back and forth to even touch. I do not know. The 49ers could come out and die, or they could come out and kill. I don't want to see it. I'm out of the eliminator. Woohoo! Yay! So Nazario can't pick the Ravens. Mark can't pick the Saints, which good because you picked the opposite. And Scully and Barr couldn't pick the Browns. So Nazario, who you got this week?
I'm taking the Bears. Go the Bears.
Oh, you could be very sad actually. That's all I'll tell you.
What the fuck?
Mark, who you got?
I mean, I have been testing fade all season, and I have missed exactly one eliminator, and it was when Mark missed 2. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, you're no strong.
Wait, is it me or is it
Mark, who you got?
Oh, it's me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick somebody else. Yeah. Be funny if I
Everybody
just pick
picks the Bears together. It's all 3 your best pick.
Just don't. Just wish it wasn't. I don't like any. Don't really like any of these. And I also don't want to just pick the shit that I already did. You know what? It'd be funny. It happens. I don't think Nazario can flip this and get double eliminator win. But even though it's 14 on here, I'm just gonna take it anyway. I'm gonna take the Jaguars to beat the 49ers.
Bang.
God, the trash you could talk next week. And Scully and Barr, which one do you want?
We're gonna take the safe pick. We're gonna take the Cowboys.
Wait.
They will be playing next week. Scully and Barr will be around for next week's game. That is confirmed. You two, not 100%. Thank you all so much for week 10. We're getting close. We're over the halfway point of the NFL season. We will be here throughout, and probably even for postseason. We'll probably still do postseason talk when it gets closer, because why not? We enjoy spending time with each other. Even though I hate this show, because I used to be good at picking things. I am terrible. But yeah, we'll catch you all next week for the hit stick. Bye.
Bam.